Welcome to this life. This is a paradise.
The idea of Hidden Door is really about kind of trying to provide something exciting and interesting for creative people, but also for members of the public as well to enjoy it. I feel like that distance between the artist and the audience is too big. I really want the audience to get involved in the art and to really get to know it and get to really enjoy it. Artists need support, and if people don't support them, there won't be any artists. And then, I know that not everyone thinks artists are that important, but imagine life without art of any kind. Imagine life without music, So come along and support it, and just be a part of it, basically. That's what I would say. Because I think by coming along, hopefully you'd feel like you were.
It's been coming up a long time. It's been coming up and it's a long time coming.
It is seared into my memory. Basically, I was on the verge of giving up the whole project because we'd been looking for a place to do Hidden Door in a disused or derelict kind of venue for quite a long time, and nothing was coming up, nothing was working. It looked like a really difficult kind of thing, and then for whatever reason that I can't quite remember, I decided to try one last time to get in touch with someone from the council. And I got in touch with someone called Sarah Cook, who agreed to meet me, and she said, I'll walk you down the Royal Mile and the sort of surrounding area, and I'll point out to you all the empty buildings. I thought, sounds quite interesting anyway, even if Hidden Door doesn't happen. So I met up with her, and we walked down the Royal Mile, and we were just finishing off, and she was going back to the council buildings on Market Street, and she pointed across to the arches, and she said, oh, and there's the arches, they're all empty. And I thought, yeah, I think that might work. I can imagine something amazing with those arches. So, yeah, because I don't remember seeing it and just that little tingle down my spine.
I've been running for a long time. The truth is coming up, it's been a long time running, yeah.
I think the hardest thing was never quite knowing whether we had permission to do the event in those arches. The reason why we got to do it at all was because, well, normally when a building's empty or derelict, it gets passed from one person to another person and then is quickly developed and turned into something else. There's very little property that stands empty for a long time, and if it does, it's because it's structurally completely dangerous and therefore unusable. These arches aren't dangerous at all, but they're part of a very complex property deal between the council and a big international property developer. But at the same time, needing to get everyone on board, because we couldn't wait for permission and then start organising it, because I knew that window of opportunity was really narrow. So I had to just kind of say to everyone, I think we can do this, let's give it a shot and get everything organised whilst trying to get permission. And that was really hard. We've got permission now, and I feel immeasurably relieved. I actually started off, when I left school, I started off studying physics and astronomy at university and had no intention of being an artist at all. My sister was at art school and came and visited her at Edinburgh College of Art, and I was blown away by the sheer excitement and interest and enjoyment that she had in what she was doing. And I wanted that. I wanted something where I felt I could really just put all of myself into it, not just a bit of myself. So I studied art at Edinburgh College of Art, and then afterwards I tried to make art and did a lot of portrait commissions and things like that. It was a wee bit dry. It wasn't as brilliant and lively and interesting as being at art colleges. And I thought, there must be a way of being an artist which is more exciting than the kind of way I was being an artist. So I thought, maybe if we get something going where we get people together, we just do stuff for the sake of doing it, and we try and make it as interesting and as exciting as possible. That's what art college was like for me, and I wanted to have a little bit more of that happening in real life. Not that art college isn't real life, but you know what I mean. So I guess that's my history, and that's what got me into this in the first place, that need for it to be a little bit more rock and roll.